Hello everyone, this is my immigrant diary. It is interesting to know that the IR1 and the CR1 process are still valid. Now you may ask if you don't know, IR1 is immediate relative 1, which is an immigrant visa category for spouse of US citizen. It's a quick and fast way to get a green card, which is a 10-year green card. It also have the 2-year conditions, which CR1 has. A CR1 is called conditional resident. A CR1 is also for spouse of US citizen who have been married for less than 2 years. An IR1 is for spouse of US citizen that have been married for 2 years and above. So that is the core difference of the two. Now, depending on your case, you're going to have to file a Form 1I-30 to that effect. Note, this is in 2025. In spite of all the drama and all the different things that are happening right now with the Trump administration, with immigration, we are bringing you the current update for these two categories.
Yeah, thanks for the explanation, my brother. Throughout the course of this video, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that have happened during the Trump administration. So one of them is a travel ban. The travel ban was issued the 4th of June, 2025. And 12 countries, I believe, are affected. Multiple countries from Africa, like Congo, Chad. I think those ones, we can understand some of the reasons. Some has to do with security issues. Some has to do with human rights violation. Equatorial Guinea is there. Haiti is there. Iran is there. Libya is there. I think in the past, we've spoken about why this happened. But a lot of people might be concerned if that will actually affect your application on a CR1. It's something that we are definitely happy to let you know that it doesn't affect you. But it's not going to prevent you from being able to apply and bring your spouse to the US. But what it does is that it might cause significant delays in your application process. Whether you are from affected country or even from unaffected country, it makes sense that whenever you're gathering your evidence to apply for either CR1, you have to make it very, very robust. You have to have a lot of pictures, joint travel records, communication logs, messaging, social media, etc. Those things are going to be very, very important when you are trying to prove that you actually have a valid relationship. And something that you should also do, you can continue to monitor the US Department of State. While you're also going through the process, you can also consult an immigration attorney. You can also apply early also. Let's say if you're planning to leave in about 1 year, you can apply 1 year before. So depending on which country that you are from, pre-COVID, if you're from developing nations, like for example, from Africa, usually take approximately 1 year. If you're from Europe, the Western nations, takes maybe about 6 months or so, 4 to 6 months if I remember correctly. So you can take that into apply early and take into consideration that there's going to be a lot of backlogs. So if you are coming from a banned country, there's going to be a lot of backlogs because they are going to do a lot more scrutiny, a lot more investigation into your relationship. That's why it makes sense for you to apply early and try to avoid any kind of delay. If you are from an affected country, basically it means that the delays are going to be much longer. So that's one of the things that you should keep in mind.
Okay, so one major update right now is the social media scrutiny for student visa. So those in student visa category are being scrutinized. But note, we are beginning to see updates of people in other visa categories being affected by this new policy. And so we are advising those in CR1 and IR1 category to brace for the possible impact. There are no clear-cut evidence right now of people in that category being affected by the social media scrutiny, but due to all the other policies, due to changes that are happening in the immigration space, especially with CR1 and IR1 right now, even though it has not been said that social media will be scrutinized, but there's been an increase in the burden of proof. So you got to provide more and more evidence to back the validity of your marriage to a US citizen. And so you have to start being conscious of your social media activities if you intend in the future to marry to a US citizen, move to the US. If you have any intention or desire, you have to begin to manage what you post on social media. The interesting thing is there is a trail. Even if you delete them, there is always a trail. The things you say, the groups you support, and many other things that can judge your character as a person and can either impact positively or negatively your application. There's a video that was trending on Instagram of a lady who was on the B1 visa and was turned back due to her social media activity. And so that just kind of proved the point that it can happen to any category, even though, there's no clear evidence at the moment.
One of the important things that you should first do when you're trying to apply is that you go to the website of US Customs and Immigration Service. And basically, this is a link right here. You can see uscis.gov/family/bring-spouse-to-leave-in-US. That's the mouthful. But if you go to the website or just go to uscis.gov website and search for bringing spouses, to take you to this link. And the documents are pretty much still the same. You need to fill in Form I-130, petition for alien relative, and for the U.S. citizen, provide that proves that they're a U.S. citizen. If they're a green card holder, the same thing. The same form is used whether you're a U.S. citizen, that's for IR1, CR1, or you're a green card holder. Look through the important information that you can also look the other subtitles or menu here to try to see what information will apply appropriately to you. And then on USCIS website, there are other information that you can have. For example, the documents that they expect you to provide. It's also somewhere on their website. You can investigate that. But the requirements are basically the same. You have to be a US citizen. You have to be earning, I think it's about $46,000 per year if you're a US citizen.
Yeah, it depends actually on the size of the household of the US citizen or spouse.
Exactly. So
there's a breakdown which you can always find on the website.
Yes, there you go. So that's it for me. Any other thing from you, my bro?
That's all. Just to give you a brief update on the current 2025 process of IR1 and CR1.
All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So please do that. Thank you so much.
All right then.